Hello, Patti. Jai Gurudev. So we have Patti Montella from USA today with us, and we recorded some amazing, beautiful sessions of Guru Stories with Patti, and we you can see the links in the description above if you're watching this on Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can see the links in the description below. But these Guru Stories, which we have recorded in 4 parts, are very beautiful and very amazing. And for all of you, thousands of you have sent me WhatsApp, and there are so many amazing comments of tears rolling down and loads of laughter when she went into that arts room, and then so many of you have commented about how much we love her Guru Stories. So today this is a complimentary question and answer session, which is mainly for all of you. So you can ask some questions to Patti about her book, about her experiences, and few questions I have. So let's see how much we can cover, because this is like a 15-20 minutes complimentary session. Just to inform you all to go and check out all the 4 links of Guru Stories she recorded, and also her book Becoming Unshakable. So there is a 25% discount going on Amazon. So I just last week I purchased it on Kindle, and it is a very beautiful read. The way she has narrated her stories are so amazing. So Patti, how was your experience in again telling the stories on video?
Well, of course, our favorite thing to do as devotees is to tell Guru stories, even if we've just been with him. As soon as we're not with him, what are we doing as devotees? We're sitting around telling more Guru stories. Every afternoon, I'm checking in with my friends, any Guru updates here at the ashram. Did he say anything? And I think it's really exciting that there's so many teachers from around the world who are able to share their stories, and that we have it for posterity. So yeah, what's the best thing to talk about? Gurudev.
So Patti, what is Gurudev for you?
My heartbeat. Yeah, my very heartbeat, my reason for getting up in the morning, my breath, my every thought, my commitment, the first person I think of, the last person I think of every day, and the reason I'm sure I reincarnated onto this planet, because wherever he goes, that's where I go, whether he likes it or not.
So
you were asking for a story, and I thought of something, just a little anecdote, just to show his mischievousness, because he's so mischievous, along with his incredible depth of wisdom. This was just a few years ago in Boone, and a friend had a home. Actually, the home had been built for Maharishi there on the property in Boone. And she really, really wanted Gurudev to come. He would go there now and then to maybe rest a little bit, meditate, to spend some time with the old timers in the art of living from the USA. And I was waiting to see if I was going to be called, and I was called to go. And so myself and 2 other old timers, we sped away in our car to go around the mountain to this private home. And to get into the community, it's a gated community, and we pull up, and we had trouble. She wasn't answering the phone to let us in, and we had just been called to come to be there, and Guruji was going to spend some time with the old timers and share some old stories and some laughs. And it was taking a really long time at the gate. There's no security guard. It's just an intercom. Finally, Mary, our friend who owned the house, she finally let us in. And I thought, that was weird. What was that delay? So we went as fast as we could, and we pulled up, and in front of the house. It's a big home. And when we got out, she opens the door and says, "You guys are too late. He left." And, you know, I'm like a 5-year-old when it comes to Gurudev. I want to be with him every minute of every day, like we all do. And so anytime you get a second to be with them, I mean, it's a big deal, isn't it? So I was just crestfallen. I just stood there. What? What do you mean we missed him? And she said, "Why don't you come in anyway? He just left." And I didn't see one car there. There were supposed to be a few other cars. So it was sad. We walked in. All right, we'll just hang out together. Really bummed. Couldn't figure out how did we miss him when we were called and invited to be there. I walk in the living room. I make a little right, and I get scared easy. Anybody who's even been a roommate knows you could be anywhere in the room, and if I was so, you know, inward that I'll jump easily. I jump easily. And all of a sudden, 3 devotees jumped up from behind these couches, and I screamed. And the next thing you know, from around the corner comes Gurudev walking. He was hiding in the corner to scare us, knowing at least I'm going to jump and scream. The other 2 devotees, they'd figured out that it was a trick. I hadn't figured it out. And when Guruji came out of the corner from hiding, I screamed even louder. My heart was still racing when I sat down. He laughed and laughed and laughed. Everybody laughed. I was trying to, you know, take some deep breaths in to calm my heart down because I had genuinely gotten surprised. And he had arranged the whole thing, apparently. He knew we were coming, and then he got this idea and told the couple of people who had cars, "Hurry up, hide your cars behind the house, hide everything. You hide behind the couches." And he was in the corner, and they were just going to shock us when we came in. And he had a good laugh. So that's our guru. You know, he definitely has the mischief and the joy of Krishna and the silence of Buddha and the unconditional love of Jesus all rolled into one, and then a lot more.
So there are so many teachers and volunteers who are watching this promo, and so many teachers and volunteers who watched your video, who might be live now. We have over 748 people live.
Wow.
Usually in 10 minutes, it
Hi.
goes around 2,000 plus. So what you would like to share as your learning with all of them, to all the teachers and volunteers out there?
My
Maybe now,
learning,
or who will watch it, maybe now, or who will watch it after 50 years, 100 years also, who knows? What is your sharing
my
with them?
learning from being on the path
Yeah.
under Gurudev's guidance. Well, that's why I wrote a book, because there's so much learning, and even then you have to just pick a few things. I guess I would say, off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind is how fortunate we are to be here on the planet at this time with him as he's walking the earth, and to have the closeness to be with him, to learn from him, and the knowledge is just the knowledge he has given us. I used to always wonder, why are people asking for more knowledge, more knowledge? Because he's given so much. So the blessing of being with him, the knowledge he's given, the good fortune and grace of having a companion, a beloved, someone who knows magic and can make magic happen and miracles and heal, a best friend, a protector. It's just incredible. He knows everything. He knows everything about each of us, our past, our present, our future. He has infinite patience. And because of all of that and the unconditional love, because of Gurudev, I've been able to stay on the path and to keep putting one foot in front of the other even when there's times that I wondered if that's really what I wanted to do. He always shows up for us, and the teachers come in many forms. So whether it's him directly or me or you or a child or a stranger, we get those messages that help us to keep putting one foot in front of the other. And that's through the showering of grace and blessings that he gives us. So if you get the chance to walk with the enlightened, in particular a Sat Guru, and of course this Sat Guru, well then don't waste a minute. Don't waste a minute grumbling. Don't waste a minute doubting. Don't waste a minute wondering if you should go to a course or don't go to a course, or don't let your ego get in the way. Just go. Be there. Listen to the knowledge. Do the meditation. Anything to have his presence around you, because it will always uplift you and always take you to the highest. That I know for sure. And I've had that experience so many times. There's been times when my ego, for one reason or another, didn't want to go to a satsang, or felt like, that story he tells where the ant is on the elephant and the ant is upset that the elephant wasn't giving it attention, and the ant says, or the fly, I think it was a fly, I'm going to leave, and wants to create a big storm, and wow, look at that, I created a storm now, and that elephant's going to know that I'm going to leave. And the elephant had only moved its leg. It didn't even know that the fly was there. And that's what happens with us. We think in our ego, I'm going to show Gurudev, I'm not going to show up, or I'm not going to do seva, I this, I that, me, mine. That also is my biggest learning, and what a disease that is. A mental disease of I, me, and mine. And that when we let go of that, it gives room for miracles to happen. It gives room for the grace to flow. When the demand settles down, has been a big learning, then you'll see all will come to you. So learning to let go and realizing we're not in control, and keeping faith with discipline and commitment to stay on the path, and being grateful that you're with the highest, all these things are things that most people don't have in life. And I think no matter what happens, if you take the time to stop and reflect on all that you have been given versus what you're not getting in the moment, you'll see everything shift. You'll see the expansion reveal itself from within you, because you will have stepped into the big mind and out of the small mind. And the more we do that as a practice, the more I've done it as a practice, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. The more you'll feel the presence of the guru, and life is a lot more enjoyable. Things will happen and come to you that you never could have imagined. Like my birthday. I had a birthday a few days ago, and I really had to set myself right. Don't have any expectations, because everyone thinks because we're at the ashram, we're always around Guruji or seeing him a lot. Right now, he's on lockdown. We're on lockdown. And it's a time where we have to be extra cautious. So I didn't have any expectation. Of course, it would be nice, but I wasn't sure if I'd see him. And I didn't even know what the day would unfold like, with having time with friends. And I literally, for the first time on my birthday, let go completely. And because I think birthdays are a big deal. It's the day you came, and you should be celebrated. It's your chance to get all extra love and attention. And who doesn't like it? It's nice. But I really fully let go. And by doing that, I had 4 cakes, 5 birthday celebrations, time with Gurudev, deep puja and meditation. I mean, just showered with so much love. And it was a good lesson too. The gift also was, again, letting go and being there to receive whatever the divine wants to give, and dropping the idea of I like it, I don't like it. So I always go back to Ashtavakra Gita, dropping that tendency and duality in the mind is what has brought so much freedom. And to me, it's a continual practice until you're enlightened.
So, Patti, I'll read a few comments from that. There are so many comments praising your Guru stories and even this session. So, Lavina is saying, thank you so much. I can relate to some of your stories. I'm not as much fortunate as you, but I'm still totally blessed. And there are so many comments which are mentioning that we are not as fortunate as you. What would you
Mm,
like to tell them?
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. We must drop this sentence in our life, because that sentence, I'm not as fortunate as you, it creates distance. It comes from lack consciousness. You say, I will have that too. I can't wait for my time. Maybe it'll be even more. I always tell my students that you don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, so I think there is some internet connection problem.
And
She's
who,
staying in Bangalore Ashram. I don't know, but hi, Patrick. Yeah, you're back. Yes,
yeah, good.
you were saying something.
Yeah, the Guruji talks about this, that who are the most fortunate, and there's different levels of being fortunate. And the first is the one where things come to you and you can't even enjoy it because the mind's a grumbling mind. It's not a mind of gratitude. It's not a positive mindset. And I don't think that's any of our devotees on the call today or any of our devotees at all. And then the next level is, you want something, but there's a space of time before it comes to you. Then more fortunate than that are the ones where before you even know that you're going to have the desire, it comes to you. So there's these different levels of being fortunate. Now, how do you rise in that expansion? Seva, satsang, sadhana. And I'd like to add self-reflection. So, people will say, oh, you have this time with Guruji. Well, listen, I'm always looking at how do I jump the fence to have more time? And there's always going to be somebody who has more access, more time, but I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to give up wanting to have that time with him, because that's the heart of a devotee, and you don't give it up either, and you don't think small. Don't you dare. You don't know what will happen. You just keep the intention, keep the sankalpa, let go and relax with what is happening, drop the demand, and be at peace. But keep the sankalpa, not a feverishness, because I tell you, when I was feverish, that door would be slammed in my face. I would be sitting out for hours. If there was any demand, that same thing would happen. Years and years and years I spent like that. So the whole game is not how much time I can be with Guruji, but how happy I am, how at peace I am, how how much I am with that oneness and understanding it is all one universal energy. When this becomes your experience and the time that you have that experience is longer and longer and longer versus just a glimpse, you will see things will start coming to you, including time with the guru. Get busy and seva. You got to do a lot of seva. You know, that's what will also, and he says it, will give you and a reason to be in front of him. But even then, I say all you need is a strong sankalpa without feverishness or demand, and it will happen for you.
And I think whichever time you have joined Art of Living, there is full list of playlist. There is a full playlist. People can go and check that out. One of our teachers, senior teacher, while sharing her experience, mentioned that just by building house near transformer doesn't ensure that you will get electricity in your house. You need to be connected. So it doesn't matter where you are, which part of the world you are, but if you are connected, you are experiencing Guru more with more light. You have more light in your life. And another thing, there is still opportunity. We all can still pray that we want that time with Gurudev, and there is so much time and with Gurudev's blessing, I'm sure that will happen. If you want it sooner, probably he will come in dreams, but
yeah,
it will happen for sure.
It will happen. And you know, he said years ago, if there's a fence, you have to jump it. So I was teasing him, you know, he's on the other side of the road. I said, I'm going to jump the fence and claim temporary insanity. You have to want it and be willing to wait for it and not give up on that intention. And even today, I'll tell you, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to have time with my guru. If I haven't seen him for a while and I have to wait on the side of the road, people will say, oh, you're so senior. Why are you waiting? No, there's no such thing as a title like that. I am a devotee and I haven't seen my guru in a while. And if I think his car's going to drive by, I'm standing there as a devotee just for that glimpse. And that's what makes a devotee, isn't it?
Yeah. So if
we have time
somebody's
for one more, and then I have another phone call actually.
I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this name rightly, but Gertrude is mentioning that she just ordered book after listening to your GuruStories and looking so much forward to it. Thank you so much, Patti, for these inspiring, uplifting, amazing sessions on this beautiful channel. Deepak is saying these are so wonderful stories, heart touching, can't stop crying by Snigdha. It's treats to watch her speak. I resonate so much with what she said. I'll just cover a few comments because it matters. No, they all sad for all your GuruStories and they just want to connect to you. Minu is saying waiting for more GuruStories from her. I have ordered book from the hard copy of the book. Okay. She's such a darling, enjoying her stories so much. You want to say something, Patti?
Yeah, I was going to say they can get the hard copy at the Art of Living shop because people have been emailing me and asking me that. So the hard in Amazon in India, you can get it on Kindle only. But if you want a hard copy, you go to the artoflivingshop.com and you can get it. And I'm happy to hear that because that's the reason for sharing.
I'll just go through few comments very quickly because you need to go, Patti. So Payal is saying, so profound experience you had, Patti. Anuj is saying this. Okay, he's again saying he needs to have hard copy. You just answered that. And there are so many comments on YouTube. You can go and check that out. Minji Kim is saying truly appreciated how honest and open the discussion was, not just a beautiful stories, but also addressing the hardships. Thank you, Patti. Fragrance is saying, lovely, Patti, especially the New Year's Eve story. What a delight to be listening to such precious pieces of these anecdotes. Wow, Shilpa is saying so much of guidance to aspiring AOL teachers. Thank Patti. And so there are so many comments thanking you and tears and all that. So if you have not yet seen Guru Stories by Patti, we have it in 4 videos. So you can just refer the link above, and you can also order the book. The link for the book is also given there in the description. So watch her videos, order her book. If you don't order it by day after tomorrow, you will lose the 25% discount, which you will
Exactly.
anyway feel like after listening to a Guru story. Thank you, Patty, for your time. Any concluding remarks?
No,
Any
thank
comment?
you for doing this. And the only thing I do want to say in response to those really kind comments is, if we can't be authentic on the path, then why are we on the path? The whole point isn't to be some high and mighty version of who we think we're supposed to be in the moment. You lose your temper if you don't say the most mature thing, if you get confused, things come up. The first step that Guruji always teaches is to not blame yourself and blame others. It's okay. It could be somebody else's thought moving through. It might be a moment of a lack of awareness. It could be something you ate. It could be just that you have a little bit farther to go to remove more ignorance. It's okay. That's why it's called a path. So I'm glad that people are appreciating the authenticity, because honestly, I don't know any other way to be for better or for worse. And I would just like to inspire others to do the same. Be yourself. There's nobody like you.
Thank you, Patty. With one last question, we will end this session. If we consider, if we imagine that it's not a Corona time and Gurudev is there in front of you, how would you like to express this love and gratefulness towards him?
Silently, soul to soul. I don't chat with Guruji the way I used to so much. It's just jokes, fooling, laughing, but through the eyes. And that the eyes will speak for my soul. And that's between Gurudev and me. So I'm not going to share it. And I think your screen froze. Can you see me?
Wonderful listening to your story.
Thanks, Guruji, again for
Thank
everything
you.
you're doing. We all appreciate it. Jai Gurudev.
So all of you check out Patty's book, watch her Guru Stories, and there are so many other Guru Stories as mentioned in the scroll below. Go and check the playlist. Thank you. Subscribe the channel for more Guru Stories every week. We have John Osborne and Michael Fishman also coming in the coming weeks. Ronnie Newman and all other senior teachers from across the globe. Thank you. Jai Gurudev.